What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some breaking news. According to Salvador Rodriguez, he's stating that he got word from Team Canelo that Canelo Álvarez is leaving the Premier Boxing Champion. They had until this weekend, according to these reports, to come up with the money necessary in their agreement for their 3-fight deal that was supposed to see Canelo Álvarez fight on the PBC for guaranteed purses of $30 million per fight for 3 fights. But shockingly, out of the blue, Showtime decided to get out the business of the sport of boxing after 37 years of being in the business of the sport of boxing. And that took away the guaranteed purse that Al Haymon and the Premier Boxing Champions typically has with their budget from a distributing network that's major like Showtime, and they invest in the sport of boxing. So he would have had a guaranteed purse of $30 million, but that guaranteed purse is coming from Showtime. Now that they decided to get out the business of the sport of boxing after 37 years, that left Al Haymon and the PBC to scramble. They ended up landing a deal with Amazon and Amazon Prime, but it's said that Amazon Prime is not giving Al Haymon a budget. It's just simply a distribution deal. There's no budget, okay? And that's where the problem lies, because if they're just going to showcase the fights, then Al Haymon has to come up with business partners, investors that are willing to invest in the sport of boxing, willing to see his dream and go out on a limb and invest in the sport of boxing. And it seems as if that's not the case. And it was said that Al Haymon had offered Canelo Álvarez a guaranteed purse of $35 million, but he had to fight against Golden Boy Promotions, Dazn, and Oscar De La Hoya's fighter, former WBO Mexican superstar, world champion, now super middleweight title contender, Haymon. And they could guarantee his purse of $35 million. But if he don't fight Haymon and he insists on fighting Jermall Charlo, whom they promised him that he will be obviously able to choose his opponents and still receive that guaranteed purse, now he can't choose his opponents like he wants to and still get his guaranteed purse, because it's said that they told him if he insists on the Jermall Charlo fight, they can't guarantee him his purse of $35 million. That's not going to make a fighter like Canelo Álvarez happy at all whatsoever, because Canelo Álvarez moves to the beat of his own drum. Okay? He moves to the beat of his own drum with his well-renowned trainer, 2-time trainer of the year and manager, Eddie Reynoso. So, with that said, you can clearly see Canelo Álvarez is not happy in this situation. And it was said that, again, he was going to pretty much be able to choose his opponents for these 3 fights. And one would include a showdown that everybody's calling for, is a fight between him and David, the Mexican Ecuadorian monster, Benavidez. But now they're saying that the PBC couldn't deliver. And because the PBC couldn't deliver on what they stated that they promised Canelo Álvarez and he wants what he was promised, that is a breach of contract. And Canelo Álvarez is now going to go back to the zone with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, and we know, again, he already traditionally fights on 2 dates, which is he fights on Mexican Independence Day weekend, which is September 14th this year, and he fights on Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is May 4th this year. A major problem and snag has happened because they don't have things set for those 2 dates. And clearly they must not have secured those 2 dates, because now the UFC and Dana White has secured September 14th at the new the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada, the same day, September 14th, Mexican Independence Day weekend, which means that Canelo Álvarez is not going to want to compete with them in Las Vegas on his date. Now, keep in mind, he was forced off of that date in 2023 because they couldn't secure his opponent. By the time they did secure his opponent, it pushed his date back to fight in September 30th, and that was Jermell Charlo. Now he wanted to fight Jermall Charlo, the identical twin brother of Jermell Charlo, May 4th. We know this to be true because Eddie Reynoso, he stated that we want to get both the brothers, Jermell and Jermall, who are identical twin brothers. They all fought at 154 together at one point in time. So we knew this was the goal. So the goal was to get Jermell and Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez. And now it's said that because they couldn't secure the Terrence Crawford fight, they couldn't secure the Jermall Charlo fight and the David Benavidez fight. Now, I don't find that to be true, because if he wanted to secure the Terrence Crawford fight, he could have secured the Terrence Crawford fight. But again, do they have the budget to pay Terrence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez? Because Terrence Crawford is a network promotional free agent. So that means they would fight on Amazon Prime with Canelo Álvarez, meaning that that's all in-house. There's nobody else to help carry that weight, and that they would have to pay Canelo Álvarez and Terrence Crawford. It doesn't seem like they have the budget. Gervonta Tank Davis fight has been moved back. Now, this gives the opportunity to move Gervonta Tank Davis up, because if Canelo Álvarez is leaving the PBC and he's going back to the zone, now he's going to fight on May 4th, right? But now they have the budget to do a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis in April instead of waiting till June. Because now that money they was going to invest in Canelo, they can invest in Gervonta Tank Davis, and Canelo's off the books, essentially. He's off the hook. So it's said that Canelo Álvarez is looking to fight Haymon, as we heard, May 4th. And then Edgar Berlanga in September. So expect to see Edgar Berlanga get another fight in. He just fought this past weekend. He got a knockout in the 6th round. Expect him to fight another fight before by the summertime, and he'll be ready for a Canelo Álvarez fight in September. This is a fight that Eddie Hearn has been promoting the moment Edgar Berlanga opponent hit the canvas. McCory hit the canvas, and Eddie Hearn was promoting this Edgar Berlanga Canelo Álvarez fight. Edgar Berlanga is Puerto Rican, Canelo Álvarez Mexican. You got the Puerto Rican-Mexican rivalry. I personally don't think Edgar Berlanga is ready for Canelo Álvarez. But nonetheless, Jaime Munguia, Mexican on Mexican fight, Cinco de Mayo weekend, big fight. Again, they was offering that guaranteed purse of $35 million because Golden Boy helps lift the weight with DAZN and Golden Boy because they have a budget. Now, Canelo can go back to DAZN. They have a budget. He don't have to worry about his guaranteed purse. And he can pick and choose they're going to cater to him to be able to pick and choose who he wants to fight. So this is truly unfortunate because, again, a lot of people are going to point to Al Haymon and the PBC blowing this deal. But the facts remains is that Showtime got out the business of the sport of boxing. If Showtime didn't get out the business of the sport of boxing, this is never happening. Okay, this is not a thing. If Showtime stayed in the business of the sport of boxing, This is not a thing. This is not a problem. This is not, we're not talking about Canelo Álvarez going elsewhere. We're talking about Canelo Álvarez going elsewhere because Showtime got out the business of the sport of boxing. Now, I know there's going to be people that say Al Haymon mismanaged the money, but was Showtime, even if he managed the money correctly, was Showtime going to still stay in the business of the sport of boxing? Who knows? So let's see how this unfolds and let's see what comes of this. But we know we are heading into March. That means Canelo Álvarez needs to make a decision this week. He wants to make a decision this week, period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.